Hey Aries, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome to your new Gemini season reading. Alright my loves, we're going to start getting into it. House roses always still apply. This will be a general reading for all Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Cross watchers, you are also welcome. My only ask is that you take these messages as they resonate. Do not try to force anything. If something doesn't fit, doesn't make sense to your situation, just means it wasn't meant for you. Leave it on the table, take the rest. Alright my loves, we are going to start with an animal totem and then dive into the tarot. This reading is really kind of focused on major themes or events. Okay, I don't know, felt like that was going to fall again. Major events for Gemini season. So what's coming to you, what's facing you, what you're going to be going through. Woo! Already starting with a strong energy. Alright Aries, so you have here some hyena energy. I don't know why his face is like cracking me up. It's kind of a goofy face. I don't know why it's making me laugh. That's kind of the energy of this card though when I sit here and think about it, because you think hyenas are known for their laugh and their little chuckly cry. This particular energy does speak to using humor and jokes and wit a lot, but also its connection to being a mask, right? How, some people use comedy to deflect or, make, some kind of witty joke, but, in truth there's a bit of a, little cutting statement inside of there. Because we have this moon here that's half light and half dark. So half of what's going on is hidden in shadow, while half of it is kind of lit up and very public. So I'd be very aware of, not your humor, because it's not that your humor is bad, but it's like be very aware of how you mask things this particular season, and where maybe we get a little uncomfortable discussing things, or maybe we get too serious or not serious enough about certain goals. Because when this energy is balanced, it's great, and it does make you fun to be around, and like I said, kind of witty and charming. But when that energy is out of balance and we start dipping into this dark side of the moon, it does make people maybe a little more petty, prone to pop off, right? It's you start to like not trust things, or you start to feel raw and vulnerable, and that's where we start getting defensive and prone to lash back. So definitely something you want to be aware of. I know in the book, this particular card, when it talks about like getting this energy into balance, it does speak to sobriety. So I don't want to tell anyone how to live their life. Hi kitty. And I definitely don't think that means you have to be sober, but it might be something that may relate to some of you. So it might be something just to be aware of. And we are honestly, all signs, like everyone is going to feel it. We are all probably going to be feeling our triggers a little more than we normally would. We've got the 2 major eclipses coming this season. We also have 3 planets in retrograde, Mercury going first, of course, and dealing with communication is going to be a little difficult. So again, people might misunderstand you, you might misunderstand others, and if you're already kind of in this funky energy, it's going to make you a little more reactive. And everyone might be a little more reactive, so something that just needs to be kind of kept to the forefront. So it's not necessarily bad energy, because that wit and that playfulness could make you incredibly charming and attractive during this time, but you want to keep it in balance, all right? And just remember to use that to really, question some things and be like, where am I hiding something? Where am I trying to cover up something, right? Okay, my loves. Bottom of the deck, you got the Sun of Cups, which would be the Knight of Cups in a traditional deck. So that particular energy definitely is one of an emotional offer. Love seeing that there. Ooh, all right. This is going to be a fun read. You might be looking for some more emotional satisfaction, emotional commitment, right? Sun of Cups usually talks about someone coming in as a suitor. So dating might be a big focus for you, looking for love, looking for relationships. I would definitely say looking for something more than just a fling, although there can be something that's wrapped up in this card if it's negatively aspected. So far I don't see that, so kudos to you. I'll leave that where it is. key, we're seeking some emotional fulfillment is kind of the underlying theme, which makes sense why we would be in this hyena energy for trying to impress people. And again, this energy and balance, fun to be around. People are going to be flocking to you, so makes sense. We have here the Mother of Swords. This first row is going to be your recent past. This is quite a stern energy, a very strong contrast to what's going on. So you may be shifting out of something that was taxing. Maybe you were feeling a lot of stress and it kind of put you in this very black and white space. It was either this is good, this is bad, this stays or this goes, right? You might be or might have experienced that, but I feel like if that's the case, we're shifting out of that. We're kind of moving past that. After that, you have the Empress card, which is a much freer flowing energy, right? Could also be dealing with a Taurus possibly, but this Empress energy is a free spirit, right? Everything is abundant, everything is good, everything is playful. I'm going to run wild and naked in the woods and have a great time, right? Such a free energy. One that I think is much more in line with your emotional space here with the Father of Cups. This would be the King of Cups in a traditional deck. So your emotional space, I think you've been kind of working on finding pleasure and finding peace in that, right? And if you've had it for a while, that's because it's a big priority. So you guys were ahead of the game, those Aries that are connecting with that. And honestly, this is beautiful. This honestly is going to make this energy less chaotic, right? That pushes you back to like the light side of the moon, where you get to feel that playful. See, I knew it was over. Love that. Aries, you and Cancer are always popping up in each other's readings. I feel like every time I do an Aries reading, Chariot shows up, and then when I do a Cancer reading, Emperor will show up. Like you guys are always peeping in on each other. You have here this Ten of Swords coming up. This is what I was meaning when this is over, right? Because either it's ending or this was long gone. Having the Ten of Swords pop up on top of it, this is done. This is over. For some of you, if there was some, talk about how this could have been a stressful situation. If some of you are still feeling some of that, know that the worst is over, right? Because most of that stress is like, oh my God, what's going to be next? Oh God, now what does this person want? Oh, what do I have to do now? The worst is already over. So literally, whatever the big thing was here, that's as big as it's going to get. So that literally in your past now, which is great. We love that. Actually, we're going to take both of these together. So then we have this Chariot card I was telling you about. Love that. So that is the card for Cancer. Some of you might be dealing with a Cancer, but this is the energy of moving forward, right? You're in your chariot, you're racing forward, you're moving on. And you're moving on with a sense of individuality. This break, so whatever you broke from, whether this was a relationship, job, it might have just been like a personal life situation, you are kind of running through, but you're like waving your own freak flag, right? Like, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to be. I'm not going to subscribe to that anymore. I'm not going to listen to the inputs of the people of this group because it doesn't matter to me. I wasn't being happy, I wasn't feeling fulfilled, and I'm not going to do it anymore, right? I'm way more important, right? I'm way more important. That's kind of that same Empress energy as well. Confidence and fulfillment in oneself. I don't need anything else, right? I got what I need. I'm perfectly happy. Nice. Okay. Aries. Ooh. We're going to clarify that because that's interesting. I'll get a different deck for that. But you, sneaky deakies. Alright. This might be... Oh, I see you. Okay. We're going to talk about that. We're still going to clarify it. We're going to talk about that. I have a hard time talking about this and not talking about that. Okay, we're going to cliff notes this, and we need to talk about that. Anyway, so you have this Two of Pentacles, which is about being flexible, having balance, which makes sense as we're shifting away from something that was, mentally stressful or challenging, maybe affect our emotional space, because here we are with that Father of Cups. As we're moving out of that energy, we are being asked to be flexible, being open, right? We may have put up some walls and some barriers to protect ourselves because of that. This energy isn't necessarily telling you to tear them down, but keep the gates open, right? It might be worth coming to the gate to really feel it out and see what's happening. You might actually like it, and then you can lower the drawbridge, right? It's just not being about so rigid and so tight about things, right? Which honestly, and I said that about the Mother of Swords, this is a real rigid, stern, strict energy. Down here, a totally different story. Actually, it was pretty much a different story in the very next card. Underneath the Chariot, you have the Emperor. So one, this is your energy showing up in your reading, so beautiful. But this connected to a divine counterpart here with the Emperor and the Empress. So Aries, this may be connected to some type of karmic relationship, because it definitely feels like this is a soul contract, if not a divine union. If this is a divine union, either we went through a rocky something where it was kind of twin flaming in a way, and if you've seen my readings before, you know I'm not the biggest subscriber of that particular phrase, just because it's come to mean so many different things, and people use it in all different ways, and it makes it kind of confusing. But this feels like a definitely divine union. If it's karmic, where this is something where we're learning a lesson, I feel like that has happened, and we're kind of in the aftermath stages now. Aries, you also have that Chariot card right in the middle, not only of your reading, but also in between these two lover cards, right? The Emperor and the Empress. So this definitely could have played out with a Cancer, if you were with a Cancer, talking to a Cancer, dating a Cancer, whatever. Or there might be a Cancer coming in, right? I almost want to say, if you have feelings for a Cancer, you might want to hit them up. This might be you confessing some of your emotions. Oh my God! Underneath that, Son of Wands, following your impulses. So might be a thing for some of you. Then this guy, we're going to clarify. Hold on. There it is. I felt that sneeze coming. You have here this Seven of Swords. Sorry, I saw that Son of Wands. Seven of Swords coming out at the end of this reading. At first it was kind of confusing, and then as I kind of stared at it more, I feel like it's connected. If this is a relationship in the past, right? This may be something you suspected of a person. It may have been something you suspected from this situation with this Mother of Swords that made you quite black or white. Sorry, I'm grabbing another deck so I want to clarify with something else. But yeah, it came through as something that we are working through and moving past, versus like, oh, someone's lying to you. Because I don't necessarily feel that someone's lying to you. But I think we're just moving into a space where we trust more, or we don't need to be so guarded, right? Because even if you look at this particular row, this is being in control of your emotions and not letting fear and panic overrun you. Here with this Father of Swords, we move to this Seven of Wands, which is about being an individual, following your own path, serving yourself, not listening to the words or opinions of others. And then you have this Seven of Swords, where someone is trying to say something manipulative or trying to affect a situation. You're already too strong in yourself and too confident in what you're doing that you really don't care what other people are saying by this point. So that's why I'm like, this doesn't feel like it's affecting you at all. Okay, but let's clarify this bad boy. That did not take long. All right. And I love that it's clarified with the Two of Pentacles. That's hilarious. What are you, my friend? Yep. Actually, you have two twos. So Two of Pentacles and the Two of Materials and Two of Inspiration, which would be Pentacles and Wands, respectively. So this, again, is that energy of being in flow, being in balance, right? Because we already had the Two of Pentacles. We got it here with this lovely butterfly card. So it's already about being open, allowing, being flexible. But this Two of Inspiration is a card of your vision, right? What do you see for yourself? What is it you are planning? What your goals are? We talked about goals with the hyena as well. You can see in the card we have this person with a telescope looking forward, looking towards the horizon. Where is it you're going? What is it you want, right? So someone's manipulation's really not affecting you at this moment. Actually, let's see what the bottom of the deck is, because I'm just curious. Yep. Ten of Inspiration. This would be the Ten of Wands. This is you putting down the burden, right? Laying down all this responsibility that isn't yours, right? Someone else's opinion, someone else's thoughts. None of your business. None of your business. Yeah, I love that. So this is definitely what we're shaking off. This may be the energy that causes us to get into that kind of funky space we talked about with that hyena energy, where we, get a little sharper, maybe we get a little more scrappy, right? Thinking about the hyena. That's the energy that we're moving away from. I don't know if any of you maybe had a situation where you were a little scrappy and now we're healing from that. That might have been your recent past, right? But the hyena is there to be like, no, we're going to focus on the funny, fun side of life and not have to worry about being so defensive. Okay, we're going to get one more card, my lovely Aries. Ooh. That's not it. That was me being clumsy. That's also like 7 cards. Calm down. Okay. Let's see what we get. I love it. Literally what we were talking about here. That can sit over there. So you guys got the white pelican. I love the images in this deck. I haven't used this deck for such a long time, and I'm like, oh, how could I put this down? They're so beautiful. But look at what white pelican governs if it'll focus. Ease, optimism, grace, cooperation. It's that optimism above all that definitely is striking me, right? We're moving back into a time where things flow, where things just feel good, right? Because we also have that ease card. So getting rid of this like really heavy, strict swords energy, right, is going to open that up. And literally, you have the Two of Pentacles twice, which is all about flow, which is all about letting it go. A lot of times I'll use the analogy of this card. It's like a bottle of water. Like if you got a bottle of water with half full of water. If you tip it over to the left, the water just slides to the left, and then when you tip it over to the right, it just slides to the right. The water doesn't resist and be like, no, I don't want to go over there. I'm going to stay on the left side. That's kind of this energy you want to be in. You just kind of want to be flowing with things and just let them happen. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to push anything. Definitely don't try to resist anything. Now, if you're seeing red flags and it's something that's painful or harmful to you, that's obviously not what we're talking about. That you definitely want to stop, right? That's the thing you want to resist. But if we're resisting something out of like fear or hesitation, or again, that it's something that we start to get really defensive about but no one's really coming for you, that's where this healing is kind of coming in. And I think as we move through Gemini season, that actually starts to get easier and easier and easier. And like I said, for most of you, I think the hard part is kind of past already. It's really just about taking some of those extra barriers and some of those extra walls down. Definitely there could be some new love coming in for you, Aries, which is beautiful. I feel like that's always a nice thing for the singles out there. There might even be, because like I said, this could be a soul contract or a divine union. So someone actually might be returning that it felt like a really strong connection, but maybe we had a fight and separated, but we still think about the person or we still interact with the person. There might be kind of a coming back together in that space, if it's something you want, right? Because remember, we also have that, we have that Two of Inspiration. So it's something you desire. If that's not something you desire, don't worry about it. And actually I just realized White Pelican is card number 22. That's a great angel number for divine unions and connections, right? It's the Two of Cups that talks about our soul contracts. So nice indicator that either new love and like new true love is coming in, or that we're healing an actual, like an existing relationship or a previous relationship that, really had potential, but maybe something happened that brought it to an end, but now we're starting again anew. All right, my loves, lots of relationship stuff in this particular reading, Aries. More, like literally way more than any of the other readings this season. So you guys definitely tapping into some love feels. I love it. All right, Aries, I'm going to wrap up your reading on that note. I am wishing you the best. As always, thank you for coming and watching my videos and supporting my channel. I ask if you can continue to support me. Make sure you smash that like button. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. I love hearing from you guys and hearing how this resonates. Also, if you're not already, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. It's the best way to be notified when your next reading pops up. But until next time, take care, stay safe, and I will see you in your next reading.